Hello, USD Cheerleaders. Congratulations for making the team. This is just going to be a little tutorial with some helpful tips for your football and basketball season makeup. And this is the type of look that you're going to be going for, a nice little smoky eye, neutral smoky eye with bright red lips. And so I hope you find this video helpful. Okay, so hair's up, face is clean, and we're ready to go. I'm just going to start off with my eyebrows because eyebrows aren't necessarily mandatory for our team. That's why I'm not going to do my eyebrows, but a good trick to do your eyebrows that's just like quick, it makes them pop, is just take eyeshadow palette, whatever matches your eyebrows. Mine is black. So just dip your little brush in and just fill in your eyebrows. It makes such a big difference, and it only takes a few seconds. You will see a huge difference by just doing this and filling it in versus not doing anything. So as you can see, I just like filled them in with some eyeshadow and they just like pop more. And so next we start with our eyes. And I recommend you start with your eyes before you do your face, because if you mess up, there's less to remove. And once you have like residue that falls off of your eyeshadow onto your skin, it's not going to be on your makeup, and then you're going to have to wipe it off and like fill it in. It's just like a hassle. So I recommend just doing your eyes first. And I also recommend getting just like a small little palette for cheer, whatever brand you want to get, simply because you're going to be traveling and then you might have class before games, so you might have to take all your makeup with you. And it's just easier to have something compact, and like all these colors are your base colors for a smoky eye, which is what Bliss wants. So I highly recommend investing in something small like this versus trying to buy something huge. Yeah, you'll have more color options, but if you don't do makeup on a regular basis, like this will just get you through your 4 years of USD Cheer. So we're just going to start off by priming our eyes, and I usually just use a concealer to prime my eyes. That's just what I've always done. That's what I like. So I just put a little bit of concealer. I use my finger and I just pat that onto my eye like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So just pat it on. Same on this side. Sometimes I like to rub it like right under my brows. Kind of like help clean it out. Get this excess out. There we go. Okay. Once I've done that, I take a little transition color. So I'm going to use this like light brown orangish color right here. And I'm going to take a little brush and I'm just going to go into my crease. And Bliss likes neutral tones, but you can do whatever you would like, basically, as long as you don't show up with like bright red, bright pink, bright orange, eyes. You can add like a hint of pink, a hint of orange. I've done that before, but as long as it's mainly a neutral smoky eye, she is completely okay with it. And I do recommend that for football season, you stay slightly lighter. Like I wouldn't use a black for your smoky eye just because it's daytime and it's hot and you're going to get sweaty, and if that melts and bleeds or something, you're just going to look like a raccoon. Been there, done that. So I highly recommend using like darker browns versus going in deep with a black. I mean, you can do it if you want to. I just recommend that you stick to a lighter smoky eye during football season, and then the complete opposite for basketball season, because the big stadium lights will wash you out. So even though when you put it on, you might be like, oh my God, like this is way too much. I'm telling you, because people are so far and because of the lights, it's going to look like you're wearing an average amount of makeup and it's going to photograph better. when people are taking your photos while you're on the court. So yeah, just windshield wipe into your creases so you get a nice little color going. And this just like helps blend everything in. Then after, I go in with a lighter shade, and as you can see, there's like a lot of options here. You can just go with whatever. I'm just gonna go with this like white shimmery color right here. And that goes into the inner corner of your eye, and you bring it towards the center of your eye. And also, if you are new to doing makeup, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't look amazing on your eye when you look at it. And honestly, the harsher it looks, the better it's gonna look once you put on your eyeliner and your lashes. And if it doesn't look great, I wouldn't stress over it because like I said, once you add your eyeliner, it pulls everything together and then you're gonna put on big lashes on top. So it's really going to like cover most of your makeup. That's why I like to do things that pop, because it really just like right now it might look a little crazy and you're like, whoa, her eyes are like white, but once you put it all together, it makes it look really nice and like it's like a wow factor. So then I go in again with that brown color and I just blend it together a little bit. And then afterwards, I'm gonna go in with this like darker brown color, just a very light tap, and I'm gonna circle it in into the corner of my eye just to get that smokier look. And then blend it in. So once you're done with your eye, I just like to quickly wipe under, and then I grab a little eyeliner, and then this is also mandatory. You need to have eyeliner on no matter what. So if you don't know how to do it, I highly recommend you practice while the season's still off. Same with like makeup. If you're not really big into makeup, I highly suggest watching this, watching all the other makeup tutorials on YouTube, whatever, that'll help you. But this is kind of like a base look for what Bliss is going for, and then you can make it your own based off of how you like to do your makeup. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little winged eyeliner. So as you can see, it kind of ties it in better. And usually once I've done my eyeliner, I like to go in again with my eyeshadow, and I take that darker color and I work it into where my like wing sits, kind of just to like have my eye tie in. And I kind of just mix the darker and the lighter brown that I used in my crease, and I kind of just like add a little bit and carry it up to the brow bone to make it look better, as you can see from this one versus this one. Bam. Okay. And then I go on to my face. Remember, if it's football season, you should already have had your sunscreen on so that it's like marinated into your skin, absorbed into your skin. And then if you have oily face, do not put on primer. Again, it'll just melt off. If you have really dry skin, then go ahead. But I'm just going to put it on for video purposes. And if you do have oily face, I would recommend using a powder for football season, like a nice medium to full coverage powder. If not, you can use whatever you want. I highly recommend this, the Makeup Forever HD. It is a little pricey, but for basketball and football, it's really good. For me, I have oily skin to like dry combination. So I use this for football and basketball, and it worked really well for me without primer for football, with primer for basketball. It photographs really well. I highly recommend it, but I don't have any left of it, so I'm just going to use this one right here. Make sure you definitely get your neck, because there's nothing worse than having a sharp line on your jawline where you didn't blend your makeup in. Just gonna take a little makeup brush. Okay. Next, bronzer. This is going to be your best friend in cheer, especially basketball season. If it is basketball season, cake this on, because those lights will wash you off and you will look super, super pale. And just work it into your face. Do your jawline, because it'll photograph really well. Then I go in with some blush right here. And then I go back in with bronzer. Best thing, highlighter. Put as much or as little as you like. I like to put it everywhere because I think it looks good. Okay, and then we go to lashes, and Bliss really wants big lashes. And I highly recommend you don't invest in like the $30, $40 single pair lashes, simply because you're going to be using these all the time. I highly recommend Ardell. It's a great brand. It's super affordable. And you can get like the packs of them. Like I have this one. This one is like extra because I wear lashes all the time. But they have like the smaller, it comes in like 4s or 5s. I highly recommend those because they're like $7 and you have that, and it'll get you through. If you take really good care of them, it can get you through football and basketball, but it'll definitely get you through most of the season with just that one pack, like reusing them and cleaning them after you've used them. If you want to invest in the really expensive ones, you can, but I'm just going to tell you, with the amount of lashes, because those are mandatory for all events, that you should just invest in like the cheaper ones, simply because you're going to be going through them a lot and you don't want to be spending $30 every couple weeks for a new set of lashes. And you definitely don't want natural lashes. You want them to be big and obnoxious because, again, you're going to be on the field, you're going to be on the court, you're going to be super far away from people. So you might not feel comfortable wearing them at first because you're like, oh my God, like these lashes are huge, I look ridiculous. But from afar and in photos, they look so good, and people are like, wow, like her eyes look great. So just whatever bold lashes that you have or you like, just get those and pop them on. And lashes are really hard to learn, and I never wore lashes until I joined cheer at USD. So there was a big learning curve, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me a minute to learn how to do it. I'm gonna show you guys how I do it, but again, this is just practice, and there are gonna be girls on the team who are gonna be willing to help you. So definitely practice at home, and if you still can't get it by the time the first game comes around, definitely ask your big or just like a teammate that knows how to do lashes and be like, hey, do you want to meet like 10-15 minutes earlier so you can help me with my lashes? Because you definitely want to be ready before the call time. So the way I like to do it is I'll take my lash and I'll put the glue on first. And you're just going to line the eyelash with the glue. And something that I learned is a little goes a long way, so don't drench your eyelash with glue, because also it's going to take a lot longer for that glue to get tacky and start to dry up. And you don't want to wait for like 10 minutes for the glue to dry. So I blow on it a little bit just to get it going so it starts to get a little tacky. And then I like to put on mascara first, because I find that if you put on your mascara first, it gives you, not only is the glue gonna stick to your lower lash line and like be there, you can also stick your eyelashes onto the lashes so you don't have that separation. Some people like to put on the eyelash and then put on mascara to have them like stick together, but I find that you put so much mascara on your eyelash that it doesn't last as long as it does if you put it on first, then put on your eyelash and just like press them together with your fingers. So just with any mascara that you like, put some on. And I highly recommend putting on like a lot as if you weren't gonna put on lashes, simply because it'll help them blend in a lot better with the ones that you're gonna glue on. Again, blow on your lashes just to make sure the glue gets tacky. And if it's your first time, I highly recommend using a pair of tweezers, just because you'll have full control and you can look at your eyelash better. So I have this one for my eyelashes. And I blow on it. And then once you start to see like the glue getting clear, I also recommend the clear eyelash, the duo eyelash glue, especially if you're learning, because if you mess up, your eye's not gonna have like black splotches because it dries clear, versus the black one where, yeah, it might look better if you put it on because it's already black, and it could help you get this like eyeliner look. It's if you mess up once, it's like you gotta clean up your eyes, or you might even have to start over depending on how bad you mess it up. But I use a little mirror and I close my eye and I line the center of my eyelash with the center of my eye. And then I put on the corner and then the inner corner, and then I pinch it together. So just put on your eyelash like so. And then do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And last but not least, you're going to put on your red lipstick. Bliss will provide the color that you guys are using for that season. So, okay, so this is the finished look. This is just the baseline of what Bliss expects from you for your game day makeup. Again, feel free to make it your own, change up the eyeshadow colors, but for the most part, this is the type of look that you're going for. And then, of course, you do your hair according to that game's requirements. So good luck, enjoy your season as a USD cheerleader,